I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given.
I have a fantasy, like I want Melania just to finally just come out, divorce him, and just come out. She would be an American hero. We would embrace her.
Crammed her too. He was like, scram.
Sit down.
I have had warmer interactions with Bill O'Reilly.
Don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for me.
Sunny Hostin and the co-hosts of The View are once again at the center of controversy after making strong claims about Melania Trump. They are allegedly facing a lawsuit of $100 million for criticizing Melania and her marriage with Trump. This made people question why The View continues to air, given their history of making controversial remarks about public figures and their tendency to cross the line when discussing other people's private matters. One of the most talked about episodes was when Sunny Hostin made comments about Melania's supposed hate for Trump.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say
This kind of commentary has led many to question the credibility of the show and its hosts. This isn't the first time Melania has been targeted by the media, particularly by liberal news outlets.
The former First Lady appears to signal her support for reproductive rights in a video out yesterday.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth.
These show that Melania has her own voice, even if it doesn't always align with her husband's. But this hasn't stopped the media from painting her in a negative light.
These are such vile comments, but they are exactly what The View's audience loves. It's targeted perfectly at a radically feminist, liberal audience that loves hate. Another now. This is loving and tolerant rhetoric the left uses, which they accuse the opposing side of using.
Sunny Hostin even made claims that Trump is broke, and Melania's plan is to get him on the spotlight.
She needs the money because he's broke. So she wants to make the money. Now her memoir is all buzzy. Now we're all talking about it. Maybe now she's not as bad as she is. You know, I think that she wants to take him out, and she's doing a pretty damn good job.
I don't totally disagree with that.
It seemed like an unnecessary attack on their relationship, and what people find troubling is the hypocrisy in how Melania is treated.
Because I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate?
And she can.
And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View.
And I
look,
agree.
The View is not the litmus test of America. We don't think that.
The liberal voices often preach tolerance, yet they have no issue attacking Melania simply because she's married to Donald Trump.
Let the candidates fight for themselves.
No, but she put herself in. She's got a So why can't she just have her opinion?
Saying that she
Is it because women on the left, at least these women on the left who are very vocal about, being the only ones on the topic that really know what's going on, they are not accepting of all women.
Despite all the noise, Melania seems to handle the media bias with grace and composure.
What's your reaction to Melania's memoir about championing abortion rights and reproductive freedom? When you read it, what were your thoughts?
We spoke about it, and I said, you have to write what you believe. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to write what you believe. She's very beloved. People love our former First Lady, I can tell you that. But I said, you have to stick with your heart. I've said that to everybody. You have to go with your heart.
One of the biggest controversies was when The View mocked Donald Trump's alleged affair with Stormy Daniels. Many found it inappropriate, and Melania herself has spoken about this before, saying that her family's issues are private and that she focuses on what truly matters to her.
People think and talk about me like, oh, Melania, oh, poor Melania. Don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for me. I can handle everything.
She has also talked about the media's unfair rhetoric towards her.
It's interesting how quiet and everything became, all of the mainstream media. There were a few days of reporting about July 13 event, and everything then became quiet. So I had a lot of questions. What's going on? This is not normal.
The View has also trolled Melania by discussing the bizarre conspiracy theory about a fake Melania, suggesting that someone might be pretending to be her at public events.
Some people think that the First Lady is using an imposter to stand in for her. You mean there are two women that have to pretend they're listening to him? Take a look at the photos that are being posted. What do you think? That one does not look like her. Sorry. I wasn't going to go along with this, but that one in that picture doesn't look like her.
You weren't going to go, now you will.
No, it's a different shaped face.
Another moment was when they pushed the idea that she is trapped in her marriage to Donald Trump.
Did you not hear any of the stuff that's in the two speeches that she gave that parroted exactly what he said, last year? I mean, this is, if you're married to somebody, you're going to carry on. I get from talking to folks who are married, you're going to parrot kind of what your husband says.
There's a reason you're with the person.
The idea,
if you agree with them.
If you agree.
Well, we will never know what she thinks or feels because she's always whisked away.
Although she rarely discusses her private life, one of the few times she did, she talked about how she deals with being in the public eye.
Well, he did a lot, and he took care of the military, and I really loved visiting them, actually all around the world, even when I went to in Iraq for Christmas, when I went to Walter Reed and visiting the soldiers, wounded soldiers, and also when I visited the aircraft on the middle of the ocean.
She also speaked on the negative energy Trump gets.
Let's ask ourselves, who is really a threat to democracy? They are ongoing with the lawfare against the former president. As well as, trying to get him off the voting ballots and trying to, silence him.
The View went as far as bringing on guests like Chelsea Handler, who openly suggested that Melania should divorce Donald Trump.
I have a fantasy, I want Melania just to finally just come out, divorce him, and just come out. She would be an American hero. We would embrace her if she just said, listen, this guy's disgusting, and I know all of his dirty secrets, and I'm willing to tell everybody.
I think that, wasn't there a rumor that if he didn't win, they were going to get a divorce?
Yeah,
there
that's
was
what
a rumor.
I've heard,
I mean, it's just a rumor. Don't quote me out there. But
You
I
can
heard
quote
that.
me. I believe that to be true.
Okay.
Another time the host crossed the line was when Melania mentioned not being featured on the cover of Vogue. Instead of respectfully addressing her comments, the host made fun of her.
I have much more important things to do, and I did in the White House than being on the cover of Vogue.
What did she do? She turned that beautiful rose garden into a cemetery. That's one thing she did. What did she do exactly? Personally, I don't care what she does. I really don't care, do you?
Conservative voices like Stinchfield have pointed out what he views as a constant pattern of hostility toward Melania from The View.
The question is she as bad as Trump? That's what people want to know. Is she an active co-conspirator? Does she agree with him, or is she under duress? I don't know. Is she afraid of him?
I have no idea what their relationship is like behind closed doors. It doesn't matter. But I do know it is offensive to paint the picture that Melania is some helpless glamour girl who can't think for herself.
While all these give more than enough reason for Melania to sue, it still remains a speculation. But one thing's certain, they have crossed the line.